The geophyte pictured here is a species of Lilium, commonly known as the lily. Lilies are 1 to 6 feet tall, very vertical, erect-looking plants. So you can see them here with the white flowers clustered in with these other plants. And here you can see one alone in a pot. Now, this is another one of those genera that has countless species and cultivars available, so the height, 1 to 6 feet, will depend on the species or cultivar. This picture also allows you to see the leaf arrangement, which is typically alternate or whorled. Even when it's alternate, as in this picture, the leaves tend to spiral around the main stem, and then the flowers are terminal. The leaves are typically linear to lanceolate in shape. Here you can see some very narrow lily leaves, and here are some that are a bit wider. When the veins are visible, as seen here, you'll notice that it has parallel venation that can be seen pretty clearly, which is different than some of the other geophyte leaves we've seen. They do have parallel venation, but often it's not as easy to see. And here's what it looks like on the underside of the leaves. Again, you can see how the leaves tend to spiral around the main stem of the plant. The flower buds are quite large and sort of elliptic in shape. In addition, they appear somewhat ridged. And this is what the flower looks like when it's open. Lilies typically have 6 tepals and very large stamens and pistils as shown here. Because of the numerous species and cultivars of Lilium available, you'll find them in just about all different kinds of colors and patterns. So here you can see we have an orange flowered one, and again you see those large stamens sticking out of it. One thing you'll notice if you ever get close to a lily is that if you touch those anthers at all, the pollen will really stain your skin or your clothing. So it's something to be careful of if you're going to be working with lilies, to make sure you're wearing something that you don't mind if it gets stained with lily pollen. This particular Lilium species has petals that are reflexed. Here's a lily species that has very dramatic coloring, a bright red species, and here's one that has a more trumpet-shaped flower, and in addition, you'll notice that instead of the flowers facing straight up, they face more to the side. This is what's commonly known as the Easter lily. So there's a lot of variety in the flowers, but in all cases they are gigantic flowers with 6 tepals. Now, unlike many of the other bulbs that we've covered in this unit, lilies are not tunicate bulbs, they're scaly bulbs, and you can see the difference in appearance here with those loosely arranged scales and no papery tunic on the outside. And this picture just shows you what those lily scales look like if you were to break them each off, which is again pretty easy to do since they're so loosely clustered in the scaly bulb. So with that, we conclude our discussion of the genus Lilium, or the lily.